Right, the last lift we're going to do for our lower body are called inside-outside squats, but we're going to do one leg at a time. Now with these inside-outside squats, we'll start off with our right leg. And each one you're going to go down and hold every squat for a 2-second count. So this is going to work like this. I step out and I go into a squat. 1, 2, and inside for 1, 2, and outside. 1, 2, and inside. 1, 2, and outside. 1, 2, and inside for 1, 2. And I'm going to keep going until I get to 20 repetitions. Now, every squat doesn't count as one rep. Every time you go outside and inside, that's one rep. Now, once I get done with my right side, I will switch over and do my left side after I give myself about a 20-second rest. Now, if you want to make these ones easier, when you go into your squats, don't squat down as low for each squat. Or you can decrease the hold time. Instead of holding 2 seconds, don't hold at all. And pretty much the opposite to increase the intensity. You can increase your hold time at the bottom of each squat, or you can increase the amount of repetitions that you do. Again, that's going to be 2 sets of 20 inside-outside squats each leg. All right, the first lift we're going to do for our core are called lower back pop-ups. Now for these we don't need anything. You just need the floor in your body. You're going to lay down on your back. You're not going to put your hands under your hips, just down to the side, palm down. You're going to actually use your arms a little bit here, and you're going to put your feet up, legs slightly bent, rock your feet forward, and then rock them back towards your face, and you're going to pick your lower back up off the ground and kind of driving your feet towards the ceiling. So there's 1, 2, 3, really pushing high up off the ground. Try to get that lower back up high off the ground and really squeeze tightly through your abs on every single repetition. Now, for these ones, to make them easier, decrease the amount of repetitions that you do, and to make them harder, increase the amount of repetitions that you do. We are going to do 3 sets of 20 repetitions. All right, the next lift we're going to do for our core are called hyperextensions. Now you're going to need to get up on your stability ball. Go ahead and roll over so that your stomach is on the ball. And you're going to get your hands out in front of you so that you're balanced. Once you get balanced, you're going to bring your feet up high, squeezing through your glutes and your lower back. You're going to hold it for a 2-second count. Then bring it back down till your feet just about touch the ground. Then bring it back up. 1, 2. There's 2. And up for 1, 2, and 3. Now for these we're going to do 3 sets of 10 repetitions. Now to make these a little bit easier, when you go up, make sure that even if you make it easier or hard, that you go up and really try to extend them up as high as possible and really flex hard through your glutes and lower back. So to make it easier, just decrease the amount of repetitions that you do. And then if you want to make it harder, just increase the amount of repetitions that you do, or you can increase the hold time at the top of each repetition. Now again, that's going to be 3 sets of 10 repetitions. All right, the next lift we're going to do for our core are called reverse crunches with a focus on our oblique up on the stability ball. Now your obliques are these muscles that run right here alongside your core on each side. Now the first thing you're going to do is get yourself up into push-up position on the ball. Once you get into push-up position on the ball, you are going to roll yourself up onto that left leg. Once you're onto that left leg, your right foot should be resting on your left foot. Now you're going to drive your knees towards your right shoulder. So I drive them in for 1, 2, 3, keeping my hips high the whole time. Every time that you bring your knees towards your shoulder, you should squeeze it, hold it for a 2-second count before you push it back out. Now we're going to do 2 sets of 10 reps on both sides. So we're working both sides of our core, both sides of our oblique. Now, to make these ones easier, go ahead and get off the ball completely. Once you get off the ball, you're going to lay down on your back and just let your knees go down to the side, and you're going to go ahead and do crunches on the floor, but we're going to focus on our oblique doing the crunches. Now, when you do your sets, do them like that to make it easier. If you want to make it harder, stand up on the ball doing the reverse crunches. Every time you bring those knees in, keep your hips as high as possible and bring those knees in and squeeze it for a 3 to 5 second count. And if it needs to get harder, just increase. Keep increasing that hold time, or you can increase the amount of repetitions that you do. Now again, that is going to be 2 sets of 10 repetitions on each side. All right, for our last core lift, we are going to do back extensions using the stability ball and also light dumbbells. Now, get your light dumbbells in your hand, and you're going to get one in each hand, and you're going to pretty much cross them over your chest. And I want you to get yourself out over the ball, get it so that your legs are wide. All we're going to do is having these across your chest, you're going to raise up, squeezing through your lower back, and let it back down. There's 1. Up and squeeze through your lower back, and down. There's 2. Squeezing through your lower back, and down. There's 3. You are going to continue until you get to 20 repetitions. You're going to do 2 sets of 20 repetitions. Now, to make these easier, just drop your weights completely, and if that's not enough, you can lower the amount of repetitions that you do. Now, to increase the intensity of these, when you go up and you hold it for a 5-second count for each repetition. Make sure you're squeezing through your lower back every time you get to the top of that lift. Now again, we're going to do 2 sets of 20 repetitions.